Alright, fam. So, guess who got a haircut? It's me. Um, and it's not the haircut that I wanted because of fucking grooming guidelines, but it's a haircut nonetheless. I feel like I still look pretty good. And speaking of looking pretty good, this hoodie is like huge on me, but it says Universal Studios Monsters on it. Look how big it is, y'all. Look how big it is. It's a large, but I originally had a 3X, so I think the large is a step up from that. So anyway, I'm here to do my October wrap up for you guys, and hopefully this won't take forever because I filmed this like 3 different times and I've hated all of the times. So hopefully this time goes well. I don't ramble for too long, and it's all good. So, without further ado, let's get into it. I read a total of 5 books in August. 2 of them were graphic novels. The graphic novels were The Wicked and the Divine, Volumes 7 and 8. So, The Wicked and the Divine, if you are not aware, is about these gods who come down to Earth as pop stars. They live for 2 years and then they die. And it's about, like, the drama that ensues, like, with such a short lifespan, and the drama that ensues from being popular, and yeah, stuff like that. I would love to tell you more about it, but unfortunately that would be considered spoilers because all that's really on the back is what I just told you. So anyway, that's what Wicked and the Divine is about. Volume 7 and 8. 8 is actually a collection of the extras comics that they had, and 7 is like the last story arc before the ending, because the ending is volume 9. I haven't gotten it yet. It was out in October. It's like early October. My library doesn't have it for some reason, so I'm gonna have to go out and buy it. I'm probably gonna do that soon. The next book that I read is Loki, Where Mischief Lies, and I apologize if it was in the corner of that shot the whole time. I just realized it was probably in the corner of the shot the whole time, but I am not going back and refilming this because I think I'm doing good. Okay? We're not refilming this again. But anyway, Loki, Where Mischief Lies is about Loki from, the Marvel comics and the Marvel movies. This one is like a happy medium of like, it's not MCU Loki because it takes place before the events of Thor. And like, I haven't read anything but Kid Loki in the comics, so it's not obviously Kid Loki. So anyway, it takes place, he's like a teenager essentially, even though he's thousands of years old at this point. He's still kind of like a teenager. He is fighting for his father's approval, and to do that, he gets sent on a quest to Midgard, which is 19th century London, which I think is really cool, to investigate these murders that possibly have magic related to them. So, yeah, it's really good. It's a good, it's like kind of like a murder mystery, which I really like. And also, it doesn't shy away from his pansexuality, and it doesn't shy away from his gender fluidity. So, I really appreciated that. And I just think Mackenzie Lee did a great job at capturing his character. And as a Loki stan, I highly recommend this book. Next up is a book that I read when I was in a pretty bad headspace, but it got me through it, and that is We Are the Ants by Sean David Hutchinson. So this book is about a teenage boy whose boyfriend just committed suicide and didn't leave a note. And aliens come down and are like, hey, humanity is going to end on this date. If you press this button before then, humanity will live. If you don't press this button before then, humanity will die. And it's about his, inner turmoil about if he wants to press the button or not. And I found myself relating hardcore to him not wanting to press the button at points. And I was like, this is probably not the best. But I kept reading it. It wasn't, super triggering for me. It could be for others, so definitely trigger warnings for suicide and suicidal ideation, definitely. But it wasn't bad for me, and ultimately, I really enjoyed this book. If you haven't read this book and you are interested in Sean David Hutchinson, I think this is one of his best. I would recommend either this or The Past and Other Things That Should Stay Buried. This one is more heavier. That one is more lighter. And so, just pick whichever one you want to read, or read them both. They're both excellent books. At the Edge of the Universe is also a quality book. I really like Sean David Hutchinson. He deals with mental illness so well, and he always has queer characters. So, what more could I ask for, really? And then, finally, I read The Chunky Boy. That is Illumine. It's part of the Illumine File series. It's the first one, and it is quite chunky. Look at that chunk. But it doesn't really read like it's that chunky. It actually reads rather quickly. I felt like I flew through this. I think I read this in 3 or 4 days. So yeah, it's a really good book. It's about these two teenagers, Katie and Ezra, and Katie broke up with Ezra right before their planet got invaded, and then she had to save him, and now they're on 2 different ships that has refugees, and there's a mystery surrounding the AI in one of the ships. There's a mystery surrounding a ship that's in the fleet, and there's a mystery surrounding the fact that the people that attacked the planet are after them and could possibly kill them. And it's a fun time. It's honestly kind of like a sci-fi thriller. So if you like sci-fi, I highly recommend this. And if you like thrillers, I recommend this as well, because you probably will enjoy it. Especially if you like sci-fi, though, because it goes hard on the sci-fi. But yeah, so it's really good. I really enjoyed it. It's written in a format that is purely just documents, emails, transcriptions of what happened on security cameras, instant messages. So it's cool. I really liked it. And yeah, there's some weird stuff that happens, but it's honestly really good. So if you haven't read this, you should check it out. And those are the 5 books that I read in October. If you have read any of these books, let me know what you thought of them in the comments down below. If you haven't read any of these books, let me know what you read in October, because I'd love to hear from you. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.